Did you know that in the region of the legendary Bermuda Triangle, giant holes can be found at the bottom of the ocean? What's even stranger is that a ship was recently discovered there that could have belonged to aliens. In this mysterious place, strange and eerie discoveries are still being made. They're definitely worth hearing about. This is the Fudge Network, and in this episode, I will show you the most interesting and unusual findings in the Bermuda Triangle that have scared all scientists. Holes at the bottom of the ocean. As it is known, the Bermuda Triangle is located in close proximity to the Bahamas, but why do tourists come here without fearing strange phenomena? What is worth only this one message that there is an ocean zone with caves and strange holes in the Bermuda Triangle area. You may think that I'm going to talk about sea monsters, but the explanation for this phenomenon is much simpler. Moreover, it is able to shed light on many disasters that have occurred in this region. In the southern part of the famous Bermuda Triangle, there is a unique and little explored zone full of unsolved mysteries, despite the abundance of tourists who come here. Few people know that the Bahamas are surrounded by extensive shallow areas, the Great and Little Bahama Banks, which stretch from northwest to southeast for more than 1,300 kilometers. The seawater over the banks is clear and pure, the sand is easily visible from both airplanes and ships. It is here where the so-called blue holes are located, huge pits on the bottom. Amazingly, researchers have only studied 20% of the total number of pits that dot the bottom in this area. Experienced divers love such places, but it's difficult to convey in words just how dangerous they are. Even one such pit is capable of swallowing thousands of liters of water. Scientists claim that in the event of strong underwater currents, such pits are capable of dragging a ship down, but only ancient wooden ships could have fallen into such traps. Modern ships can easily withstand such whirlpools without any difficulty. Giant pyramids. Information about unexplainable paranormal phenomena in the waters of the Atlantic Ocean became known in the 1960s. At that time, American scientists discovered a giant pyramid on the ocean floor, the size of which was multiple times larger than Egyptian structures. The pyramid was a smooth monolith made of a material resembling glass. Surprisingly, there were no shells, mud or algae on the structure. Based on photographs taken on the ocean floor, researchers suggested that this amazing object was over 5 centuries old. The construction technology was not similar to any known methods in world practice. There were no seams, scratches, or defects on the surface of the monolith. Later, with the help of modern equipment, another similar structure was discovered. In 2012, a Canadian couple studying the mysterious place reported that they had found new pyramids and ruins of an ancient city buried under a centuries-old layer of mud while inspecting the ocean floor in the area of the Bermuda Triangle. Inscriptions were found on the walls of the stone structures. Sculptures and monolithic slabs were created by human hands. Could it be that the couple accidentally discovered the legendary Atlantis? Lost and found. Will we ever find out what happened to the ships that disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle? Perhaps some of the mysteries are within the grasp of modern science. Last year, scientists were able to identify a ship that disappeared almost a century ago in the Bermuda Triangle. Divers discovered the wreckage in the 1980s, but it wasn't until now that they were able to determine what ship it was. On November 29, 1925, the SS Cotopaxi, a commercial vessel carrying a cargo of coal and a crew of 32, set sail from a port in South Carolina bound for Cuba. However, the Cotopaxi never made it to its destination. 2 days after beginning its journey, the crew reported via radio that the ship was listing and in distress, but when rescuers arrived on the scene, there was no sign of the ship. A month later, the Cotopaxi was listed as missing and presumed lost. The ship has long been dubbed a legend of the Bermuda Triangle, but scientists claim that wreckage from the ship was actually discovered off the coast of Florida 35 years ago. However, at the time, no one connected the wreckage to the missing Cotopaxi. Last year, researchers revisited the site and confirmed that the wreckage did indeed belong to the Cotopaxi. Unfortunately, even the captain's diary, found in the 1980s, could not reveal all the secrets surrounding the ship's disappearance, as the last entry was made on the day it vanished. Alien ship. In 2018, researcher Daro Miklos found an unusual object at the bottom of the ocean in the Bermuda Triangle, which was a pure coincidence for him. In fact, Miklos and his team were searching for the remains of old sunken ships in the Caribbean Sea. Recently, they even found anchors from one of Christopher Columbus' ships. This time, the discovery was not an ancient ship, but something incredible. He is convinced that this discovery is the first evidence of aliens visiting Earth hundreds or even thousands of years ago. According to Miklosh, at first he thought he had found a large ship associated with Francis Drake, but in reality, he came across an inexplicable, enormous structure. He described the mysterious object as completely covered in corals, with 15 formations protruding from it, the size of a battleship cannon. The size of the object exceeds 2 football fields. Its age could be up to 5,000 years, but it is unknown exactly what Miklosh found. Scientists have not been able to explain his discovery in detail. Miklosh himself has not commented on his discovery for over 2 years. Monsters. Among the natives of the Bahamas archipelago, rumors have long circulated about a mysterious creature that sometimes appears in shallow water. In the legends of the locals, it is known as lusku. Fishermen and tourists supposedly have seen it. Divers, swimmers, and lovers of underwater swimming have also encountered it. However, as rumors have spread over the centuries, the description of the creature has become so varied that it is now practically impossible to describe it. Those who have safely survived a dangerous encounter with lusku say that its shape and body resemble a large turtle weighing about 60 to 70 kilograms, but its face is more like a monkey. Its neck is much longer than that of a human, and the creature can turn its head 180 degrees. Along with this, there is a completely different description that claims that lusku is not alone. To this day, some locals are convinced that a whole swarm of monsters terrorizes the ocean waters in this region, each one between 20 and 60 meters long, with razor-sharp teeth and numerous octopus-like tentacles. But even here, rumors become entangled with each other. If in the case of lusku there are many oddities and unclear moments, then in the case of the real creatures that inhabit the area of the Bermuda Triangle, there are none. Keep watching to learn about unusual glowing sharks that can be encountered in the area of the Bermuda Triangle, as well as about other inhabitants of this mysterious place. Glowing sharks. What would you say if you saw glowing fish in the water during a crossing of the mysterious waters of the Bermuda Triangle? Don't jump to conclusions too quickly. This is not a myth. We are talking about very real deep-sea inhabitants. One such species is the Brazilian glowing shark. These fish do not exceed 60 centimeters in size, although calling them harmless is very difficult. The characteristic feature of Brazilian glowing sharks is that they can bite pieces of meat from prey that are much larger than them. And if you consider that they inhabit the area of the Bermuda Triangle, where people disappear without a trace, it's no wonder why strange wounds were considered one of the mysteries of this place and attributed to an unknown monster. But these fish got their name because their bodies can glow. However, such a feature is also found in other deep-sea inhabitants. Mutant sharks. This living fossil is a unique species known as the goblin shark or homeland shark. Like the glowing shark, it usually tries to avoid any light. It can be found at depths of over 200 meters. Fishermen rarely encounter this monster. But some 100 years ago, these fish became the cause of rumors about deep-sea mutant monsters. Despite the fact that the species emerged about 80 million years ago, information about the fish only appeared in 1897. Only after a year of research, scientists were able to provide a scientific description and classify the shark. The goblin shark has an interesting distinguishing feature. Its jaw is capable of protruding and retracting when prey swims nearby. The phenomenon of the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the main mysteries of our planet. Over the years, various versions of unexplained incidents have been put forward, including alien abductions, Atlantean inhabitants or giant squid attacks, wormholes in space and time, and so on. However, it is very difficult to give a definite answer as to what exactly is happening in this part of the Atlantic Ocean. As soon as humanity became seriously interested in this topic, strange disappearances of sea and air vessels practically stopped, but for lovers of mysticism, this fact is only a new fuel for the fire. Could it be that the triangle accidentally acquired its fame? So far, this is unknown. In the comments, write what you think. Do mystical and paranormal things really happen in the Bermuda Triangle? And if you found this interesting, please like and subscribe.